Hi, this is Codeweaver, and we're going to get right back into playing Crying Suns. So, I've now verified my audio is working. Yay! We're going to get right back into this. I just finished a stream about half an hour ago playing this game, and we got through Chapter 5. And, hang on a second, I've just got to switch my visuals. There we go. We're getting right back into this in Chapter 6. If you haven't already played this, we are now seriously way into spoiler territory. So, I would suggest that you go back and watch either my previous streams on this. I started in about Chapter 4, or you wait until I run this through a second time on hard mode, or just with new ships, or whatever. So, serious spoiler territory for Crying Suns. We are arguably near the end. I thought I was actually in the end in the last chapter, but apparently we've got a little bit more to go. I have insufficient bubbly beverage. So I'm going to actually do this all the way on stream, and I'm going to talk at an extreme distance while I go get myself some more bubbly. Because I don't feel like shutting down the stream again while I do this, but I also know this is likely to be a long and involved process. So, you got to hear me wander through my apartment. I'm back. I have some bubbly extra. Diet bubbly beverage with caffeine. Right. Let's do the thing. We're going to start a new run in the next chapter. So every run of this game plays a lot like FTL. In case you want a comparison, I've mentioned this before. And in fact, every chapter plays like its independent version of FTL. For reasons that are explained in game lore, and I'm not going to go through it now because, basically there's, I'm a clone, and several of my clones have tried to get through these sections of space before. This is the first time I've been in this section, though. Anyway, so we start a new run, which means that when we pop out the other side, we have to choose a new ship and new officers. So, I was playing Hammer class. I often play the very first one, the Excelsior class, because I find it pretty balanced. But let's find out what Void gives us. Now, like I had at the beginning of the last chapter, when I had to do this before, I was comparing what slots get locked out and what slots get defaulted on a lot of these things. So let's take a look. A little bit of throat clearing there. Alright. So anyway. So taking a look at this, toggling between them, it looks like I got more squadron system support on the Void class and more on by default. Now that implies that it's going to want us to be squadron heavy. I was actually going to be more weapon heavy in the Hammer class, but actually what ended up happening in the Hammer class, it was a very hull-focused ship, and I ended up with some officers that could actually do good damage to ships that were hugged up next to a chunk of the hull. And that was pretty good. That actually worked pretty well. I put them in a place where the enemy ships often come in at. So that gave me some bonuses for that. I'm probably not going to have that situation this time. You actually see that the hull is really, really weak. I can't even get more than one hardened hull slot, so I can only get up to 2 hull structures. So I'm expected to keep stuff away from this ship, most likely. Heat capacitors down 2, so this is not a hull-based ship. Okay. So, what else have we got going on? The fuel scavenging efficiency is low, so I'm going to really, really need to ramp up buying fuel instead of trying to salvage it. That was actually a serious problem in the Hammer class, too, so it's only going to get worse. But I already know, I already have a high navigation scanner, which is interesting. So that means I'm going to know what's going on ahead of me in the cluster sooner. And I was speculating that maybe if I stopped going to planets that didn't specifically have anomalies on them, I might do better from a resource perspective, but then I'm also going to lose out on the lore. Because a lot of lore stuff happens when I'm hopping on planets that don't have a whole lot on them, that are specifically dangerous, or specifically interesting. I get more opportunities to bail out of ground missions by default. Weapon system support, I get a little bit of a benefit on. I start out with more slots, so I'm expected to be weapons heavy as well. Less squadron dock recovery. So while I have more squadron system support, I don't have as much ability to recycle my ships when they get destroyed. So that's a thing. Okay. As for the primary core system, every ship has sort of a superpower, I guess you could say. We have more chance to start a fight on on an advantageous battleground. So that probably means when we go into a combat with a ship, we'll have better distribution of asteroids and platforms we can take over and the like that are beneficial to us, maybe. We'll have to find out because I'm going to try this. Capturing speed, we can capture faster. Okay, so that's good as well. It means that when we do have platforms we can capture, we can do it really fast. We get an extra officer available, which is interesting. As a maximum, not as a default. So that means that I'm going to be expected to capitalize on their special abilities more in the various slots on my ship. But I have fewer people available to command us to go available on expeditions, which means my officers may get hurt more as a result. I'll have to be a little bit more careful about that. Debris catapult. Targets 4 random cells in the area. Spawns an asteroid field in each target cell. Okay, so I can dump a bunch of junk into an area, and then use those areas as asteroid hidey holes so that I can attack with advantage from within them. Okay, so this is going to be exciting. Are there any other downsides? No. We do have starting units, but they're all in a state of not being repaired, which puts us at a bit of a disadvantage to begin with. So I'm going to have to be more stealthy combat-wise, probably. Interesting. What officers do we have available? We have Wheeze. I like Wheeze. We picked up Wheeze in the last chapter. The advantage for him is he's got actually three skill slots. His patched squadron's damage per second is high. I'm going to want him because we're going to have a lot of patched units I'm expecting in this game. So we're taking Wheeze. Now we want somebody that balances him, so we're not taking Anton because there's a lot of skill overlap there. I have one other officer to select. So probably what we want is either a Merrick or Koharu. Maximus Akai is growing, so he's not going to be available for this run. I don't even know what he has, but that's interesting. Oh, and Carl P. Opper is also growing. So I guess when I start making my my next run through this game, which I may just start up right after this one if I'm having a lot of fun. Oh, and I also got Takeshi Sung. I have no idea. I have no idea. What powers they have, but I have either Wheeze or Anton, and Anton does have 3 as well. But I can only choose one of the special officers. He's immune to health loss due to critical effects, can repair him when locked by a hull critical effect. So that was helpful when my hull was taking critical effect damage. He could still be useful, but I'm going to go with Wheeze. I'm also going to go with... Oh, I kind of want to go with Battleship Shielding, but the problem with that is... Wheeze already has 2 of those selected, so I'm going to have to go with... Set the cooldown of the weapon with the least loading time remaining. Only charge when an allied squadron is present at least 3 cells away from the enemy weapons bay system. Okay, so I have to get my guys over to the enemy weapons bay in order to be, or near to it, in order to be able to have this activity go on. So I'm going to be encouraged to always have guys fairly strongly in that position. I'm going to give it a shot. It's a weird combination. I'm probably going to die, but I said that last time, and in any case, you never know. So... yeah, let's give this a go. We're going to go with the Void class. Let's just dig right into this. So it's time to leave. Are we up on everything? We are. Oh, and we can have a whole bunch of auxiliary systems. So the thing that we're going to be after here is weirdo systems, special power systems that we can use. This one is shot prices are lower. All neutral units, e.g. turrets, are considered as allied. Ooh, so we get that by default. If they're neutral, they're automatically ours. That's going to be exciting. Let's try this. The Terminus Cluster. It's here. Oberon hid the invisible folder for the Master Node Terminal. Inarguably the busiest cluster of the Empire. We thought it was the last place anyone would look for it. Or he thought. Remind me again how we're supposed to be seeing something that we can't, can't. I don't know, Lieutenant. Not yet anyway. Alright. So... of our options, and I'm not sure how to play this out yet, what I could actually try to do is I could try to go to one of these two and then back up and go to one of the others to maximize my encounters. But it looks like the more interesting paths are down the middle here anyway, so... this one has an abandoned auto factory, battleship wreckage, shipyard. I honestly don't know which way to go. Let's go to the battleship wreckage first, because we might be able to pick up a weapon. If we can, we're going to back up to the entrance and go down here. And if we can't, we'll go to Cygni and then Omega Furus. And then figure out what we're going to do from there. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do from there. Yeah, let's go to Beta Marfac. Try to keep a slightly closer eye on the chat room in case anyone comes in. Just had a friend of mine pop into Discord and say hi. So apparently they might pop into the stream somewhere down the road. Anyway. Sir, a civilian ship. A civilian ship in the Terminus. It's a wonder it still exists. Don't attack! We're just a minor house of limited resource. You can relax, Captain. We're not going to attack. Not going to attack? Are you sure? That's what ships around here do. Just when I stay hidden most of the time. Tell me about Terminus Cluster. What can you tell me about the Terminus? You act like you just got here or something. This is where the best, fiercest ships of all the houses and influences game for their yearly Omni-chip quota. These were violent clusters before the shutdown, but when the folder stopped working, trapping us here, our ships full of chips. These clusters became a ticking time bomb. When fuel and food became low, all that was needed was a spark. I don't know who fired the first shot, but someone did and set off a deadly chain reaction. Now it's every ship for itself out here. No brothers, no alliances. Once I even witnessed 2 Imperial ships go at it. Can you imagine? Somehow I think we can. Do you have any more questions before I go back in hiding? About his minor house. You come from a minor house, you say. Which one is it? The Honorable Sandar. Maybe you've heard of it? I'm sorry, but I can't say that I have. It's fine. We really don't have much of a reputation. We had a low Omni quota. My home... now I want nothing more than to return to see my wife and children. But times have been tough. I've been wondering if we ought just to find a planet with poison trees and, you know... it's basically suicide fruit trees. Be strong, Captain. There's hope yet in all this darkness. I'm going to try to fix some of this. I don't know if you mean it, but thank you for saying that. Do you have any more questions? Yes, I do. Can we help? Perhaps we can help you and the people of your ship. I won't lie. Any fuel you can spare would be greatly appreciated. I found that pride of any sort will only get you killed in the Terminus. Yeah, sure. It's a bit rough because we're going to be fuel starved, but... then take this. We have more than enough for the moment. You are generous, Admiral. If you'll accept them, some of our young fighters can join your forces. Maybe live a better life. Okay, that's actually good. That'll save us. We only get one. That's... Yeah, well... Do you have any questions before I go back in hiding? Who rules here? Who rules a chaotic cluster? Anyone? As far as I know, it's something of a revolving door. But there are a few ships you'll want to avoid. Ships practically caked in the blood of their victims. But in this sector, you'll especially want to avoid the pirate, Hax. He takes his defeated alive, then eats them. They trapped us once in an asteroid belt. I think had we been a bigger ship, we'd have been killed, but they let us go, but not without a price. And what was that? Could be hard to tell in this transmission, but a limb from everyone in our ship. Who controls the sectors? The other sectors? Who's in charge there? I couldn't tell you, Admiral. If you wish to know that, you'll have to see for yourself. Do you have any more questions before I go back into hiding? No, we're good. Let's push on, crew. Cannibal pirates or not, we're stuck here to find the node. We're here to find the node. Okay, so let's... That sucks. We can't upgrade the fuel efficiency now. We don't have enough scrap. Alright. It's in our local system map. Actually, before we do that, hang on, before we do that, let's make sure that the guys that we have are in appropriate systems. So this helps out ships, so we definitely want him in here. Now you, Kaharu, help out weapon sabotage, reset the cooldown of the weapon with least loading time. So he, but this is, you only help if you're also in the ship slot. So our ship slot is essentially done. But that does mean that we can bring in officers into all of these other slots. So we're going to be focusing on becoming officer and auxiliary system heavy, maybe. That's going to be interesting. Alright. So we've got anomalies in these two sections. Let's go here first. No. How do I want to do this? I'm going to come to the battleship wreckage last, I think, because if any of these anomalies require us having troops, I kind of want to know about it. Scrapper battleship, 12 o'clock. Big tech and new. I've been dreaming of this. Alright, so our first time to take our new ship into battle. Let's see if we can figure out what a strategy here is. So these guys have scrapper tech. So when acquiring a new squadron, it comes as patched with a bonus 30% of unit value as scrap, or an equivalent amount in shops. All allied squadrons are always in a patch state and cannot be repaired. Alright. So, fighters. So our best option is actually frigates. Do we actually have frigates? We do. So let's bring our frigates into play. And we're going to bring in frigates here, and we're going to bring in frigates here. So let's keep an eye on this. We've got 35% against non-patched units, so that's actually really cool. But we also have this reset the cooldown of the weapon with the least loading time remaining. So we can use this in order to... Oh! This isn't to reset our weapon sabotage, it's to reset theirs. So that means what we want to do is, if we can get a ship anywhere up there, close enough to the weapons, which is a huge range, it's like 3 cells, as long as we're anywhere up here, we can basically halt their weapons. Now, they don't have a weapon, so it's not a consideration here. But that's going to become really interesting. It means I'm going to be encouraged to keep my ships out here, which is kind of a problem in the sense that I want to also... I'm not very hull safe. I am going to have serious problems keeping my hull intact, and I don't have any way to repair it, so that's an interesting problem in and of itself. So let's get you guys up here right away. Oh, you guys are going for the anti-battleship battery. Well, we're going to have to stop that right away, so we're going to get you guys down here. Now, we can capture these guys early, or at least keep them on our side. We do not want them to have control over that kind of tech. So you were going to go here, and you were going to go here, and let's just... Okay, so they're gone. And it doesn't help to have more than one ship in here in order to take it over, I don't think. I'm pretty sure we encountered that. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to start taking out their squadrons because that's a thing. So, having done that, you are going to go over to this battery and take it over again. We've got drones going on here, so that's a potential problem. Let's try to... Now, they're going to be heavy on being able to take us out. And drones are really good against frigates, so they might end up taking that ship out. But that's not a major crisis. So we're going to drop a bunch of asteroids here. It works. Really interesting. Alright, so we lost our frigate. Let's be okay. Oh my god, our recovery time is going to be enormous. That's a serious issue. Okay, so you're going to be taking out him. So what I want to do is actually... I'm going to be encouraged by way of my tech to take platforms like this and use them to my advantage. Maybe being able to stay closer to home. Interesting. I'm not sure where I'm going with this, but I definitely want to get back in here and recapture or try to capture this. Is this on our side? Oh, look at that. Kaboom. Oh, I definitely want to be able to maintain this tech. Alright, so let's bring another ship out. So, I'm going up against frigates. No, I'm going up against fighters. Am I going up against fighters? I am. Oh, I'll bring out a drone anyway. Yeah. We are definitely not having you take that over. Okay, so... I think... Am I not able to take you over? Oh, it's a nanobot repair field. Apply regen for 10 seconds on units within 4 cells. That's fascinating. So that's not a combat thing. That's a way to get our units repaired. That does change the game in many ways. But how do I... all enemy units able to target this unit are forced to do so, and adjacent enemies can't move. How do I use this facility? Cooldown 15 seconds. I'm guessing I'm gonna leave you there for a moment. Let's fire this weapon again and set up a new... Oh, that's a new random shape. Okay, let's set up that. Here's a summary. I'm going to have to figure out those regen systems. I'm not sure how to play that. But we got rewards out of that, and we didn't lose any major ships coming into that, so that's cool. So checking out the star map. So here's going to be my test. I'm going to give up going back to Byaco Majoris this time. I'm going to do another anomaly here and see what that does in terms of the alertness here. So we're going to go to... Theta Martha. Anomaly signal. Pirate battleship, sir. An Imperial Admiral. I like killing Imperial Admirals. That's fine. I don't mind doing the fights. It gives us scrap as long as I'm not an idiot. So, which I mean, granted, it's a bit of a big ask. They have a weapon. They have the same flak cannon. And they have fighters, which means I'm sort of after frigates. The drones are risky, but they're fast. So we are going to... We don't have any turrets, so we're going to boot this over here. And I'm going to go after their weapons first. Or these guys are in the asteroids, so that gives us a bonus there. Oh, they're able to warp in incoming enemy reinforcements. Can deploy, so their core system is to be able to reinforcement waves over time. We don't have that, do we? No, we don't. So that that's a special power that only the AI has. That's rude, but there it is. Okay, the boomers are doing good. We're going to switch over to... So their weapons are, I think, in overheat status. Are they? Critical effect. Weapons reload time is large. Each additional critical effect deals 1 damage to each officer docked in the system. So we're going to go after the squadrons next. And okay, we got it. We got 55 scrap out of that. So going to the star map. Estimated number jumps before news of your presence reaches local rulers. Once they hear about you, they'll come looking for you and blockade access to their systems. Okay. Well, in any case, we're going to the battlefield wreckage, because if they can provide us, if we can sneak out a weapon out of there, that would be really helpful. Transmission. We should also look for ground signals, because I think those might indicate officers we can rescue, perhaps. Alright. I'm so happy you're here, Admiral. Our colony desperately needs your help. Our Mori Marwim population is out of control. What is it? A Mori Marwim... Marmwim is a nocturnal parasitical mammalloid. At night while we sleep, it enters our homes, paralyzes its victims with its bites, and lays its eggs in their mouths. Alright. Mori Marmwims. Funny, they almost sound like they'd be cute instead of absolutely disgusting. But the horror doesn't stop there. Because the Marmwim bite contains a chemical compound that tricks the host into thinking the mammalloids are its own offspring, then ensuring the Marmwims reach adulthood, at which point they search for another host, thus repeating its grotesque life cycle. 20 years ago, we had anti-Marmwim tech that all but eliminated them, but since the shutdown, that tech has been useless, and Marmwim numbers have skyrocketed. Can you help? Yep, we're going to construct an anti-Marmwim pill. Good reason to have officers with good tech. Ellis, Idaho. Any chance you can help these people? Alright, Wheeze. I'll see what I can do to ease their suffering, sir. I think we have something, sir. It should diminish the hallucinogenic effects of the Marmwim bite. They'll see the larvae for exactly what they are, which, though no doubt terrifying, should lead to a stark decrease in the Marmwim numbers. Thank you, Admiral. I've distributed the pills. As you can understand, it's been traumatizing for many to see the Marmwims for what they truly are, but Marmwim numbers are already down as a result. Please take this Neo N for your help. As our industries have all collapsed, we have little use for it these days anyways. Oh, thank goodness. We are going to be in serious Neo trouble this trip, I think, which may mean that we have to hop between the systems more frequently. But if we go to the star map... Yeah. Still not sure how that mechanism works. Anyway, we're going to prepare a mission. Scan the planet. Of our options, So this is high commando survival, but not a lot of resources. I mean, it doesn't... It looks like resources-wise, we're not going to be super heavy anyway, but I want to lose fewer commandos. Well, you know, we can risk commandos at this point. If we only lose 4 of them or so, we're still ahead of the maximum we're allowed to send down anyway. But it's only for a difference of a few percent. I'm not sure. Let's give it a go. Yep, continue. Ugh, darn it. Lots of fuel, though. We didn't get a weapon or anything, but given that we need the fuel and we got a little bit of scrap, that wasn't a complete waste, but it would have preferred more. Alright, I think that's all we can do here, right? Yes. Okay, so moving onward. Our options are... That's a risk. Let's pop back here because I think this means that we're... No, there it is. That was a mistake. Oh, hello. It's blockaded. But we're not being accosted by enemy ships, so that's interesting, right? So, but we didn't have anything we wanted to do here anyway. Interesting. Well, we have to go here anyway. I'm not sure what this means. Prices are higher, more risky. Oh well, let's find out. I still haven't figured this out yet. We haven't been blockaded, but maybe they're alerted and they think we're dangerous. I'm not sure. I'm happy you passed by, Admiral. If someone here has heard about your ship and would like to join your crew, I know it might not be a popular move in this system to support you, but everyone's got to take a stand sometime or another. Oh. Sure. What can you bring to the table? A spy. And with skills that we don't really have a lot of. Okay, well, let's, I guess, put you on the hull. I don't know if that matters all that much, but it's definitely going to help story-wise. Oh, before we scavenge, we're going to spend a little money on that. We are going to want additional squadron docks, but we can't get them yet. Probably won't be able to get them until after we finish off the first boss. We definitely want to up the squadron dock recovery. 16 to 13 seconds. Oh yeah, easily worth it. Okay, let's scavenge. That's fine. We only got one, but we'll take it. Alright, we're going to go to the shipyard last because these other two... because it's going to be costly anyway. And these other two are likely to have the stuff that we need. In fact, if we don't have the shipyard, we might want to repair, except that it's, again, going to be costly. Maybe it's not worth it because we can make do with Pat's ships for at least a little while. An abandoned Imperial battleship. Emperor Oberon would want us to have this weapon that's left behind, don't you think, Admiral? Oh, yeah. We could flat cannon the shiznit out of everything. I'm okay with that. You don't have a slot for it, but that's something we can look at getting. Okay, Biaco Majoris. This church beacon appears damaged, sir. Fried from an electromagnetic storm by the looks of it. Easy scrap for the taking. Best kind there is. Alright. Let's check out the shipyard. If nothing else, we can buy more Neo-N, which... Picking up a message from this beacon, sir. Looks to be on loop. Want to see the stars? Want to protect your loved ones against hostile enemies? Then sign up today for the fleet. After all, if it's good enough for Admiral Idaho, it's good enough for you. Oh, great. My name is being used. Commander Shepard, and... It's my favorite abuse of my name in the station. Alright, visit the shop. We don't need more trained soldiers. Oh, hello. Why... Oh, okay, so we get better... We might get worse prices because we're in a warned system, but we're pirates, so we get a benefit. And that's why buying Neo Fuel is going to be our ticket out of here. Okay, what else? What other options do we have? Tactical log Neurosphere. The tactical... We can't actually afford... Actually, we might be able to if we sell... Oh, we can. We can afford one. Tactical log Neurosphere can be sold for 80 scrap per total victory achieved when equipped. A total victory is earned when a battle is won with 0 squadrons wrecked. So if we equip it, we can later sell it for a freaking boatload of scrap. That could be really useful. Advanced assembling, extra scrap earned. So that's going to take 8 scrap visits to pay itself back. No, sorry, 6 scrap. Jeez, I can't even do basic math anymore. For 3.5. 3 and a bit. 15 into 80 goes 4 times is 90, so more than 3, less than 4. That's actually... Okay, so I'm... That could earn us a huge amount right there. But I'd rather go with advanced disassembling. I wish I could afford both. But if I buy this, I am not... Can I sell anything that I'd actually care to sell? Oh, so this is targets 4 random cells, targets 10 random cells in the area. So this is just a cannon. I could sell for 25, get some Neo-N. So I'm not going to trust the tactical log, but I am going to go with the advanced disassembling. So I don't know how good my combat's going to be this time around. Advanced disassembling I'm going to purchase. I'm going to sell the flak cannon. In order to be able to buy extra Neo-N fuel. Not sure if that was the right option. There we go. Star map. We are going to move on to Omega Furus, and then we'll find out where we go from there. Ship, sir. Ship, a civilian, sir. Sir, a civilian ship drifting dangerously close to the sun. Can you make contact, Lieutenant? Trying, sir. Sir, that's a negative. Their comms are compromised. Strong solar interference. Chances there are people still alive on board? Slim, sir. If they haven't succumbed to the heat, then the heavy dose of helium and hydrogen ions has definitely killed them. Yeah. Captain, do a flyby with a small team. Already on our way, sir. Sir, we're coming up on the ship. There's a large Neo-N spiller in it and a big hole in the hull. Looks like they were on the wrong side of a skirmish. Any survivors? That's a negative, sir. I can see them through the windows now. Dead as can be. Cooked, sir. Cooked real good. Can we scrap the ship? The dead still inside, sir? I wouldn't ask unless we really needed it. Sorry, sir, but we're cooking as it is. Any longer will be beyond recognition, too. Come back at once, Captain. On our way, sir. Would have liked to get the Neo N, but alright. Scavenge a Neo N. Alright. Local systems map. We're gonna go to the abandoned auto factory and then boot it out of here. Got Chief for you. Jumped into a Kosh security sensor field, sir. It's alerted our presence to local patrollers. Anything we can do to lower it, Chief? Well, it's not great, but we could dump some scrap, creating a drift to hide our signatures, but it'll really dig into our scrap. Well, we're not doing that. Yeah, we're here. The only way I'll part ways with our scrap is if someone takes it from us. Well, that's life. Oh, grand. Nowhere to hide, sir. The pirates have found us. Last we found you. Soon you will be no more. Alright, well. It is what it is. Okay, so what have we got? We've got typical pirate tech, okay. We've got tactical weapon, duration of effects created by weapons. Timed effects applied on squadrons are created on the battlefield. Okay, that's for the guy. What about the weapon? Is it an ordinary flak cannon? So I gotta be careful of flak. They are bringing into the fold drones, so I want to be fighter heavy. Okay. Fighters are online and being deployed. Let's get myself in a situation where we can do some serious damage to the drones and then immediately go up and start taking out their weapons. Weapons are locked for 8 seconds. Reload time is plus 40% until repaired. These guys are badly hurt. Can we do something about this? No, probably not. Alright. So this is going to continue to be a problem until we can get more ships on the battlefield. The recovery of the squadrons is fairly large. Oh, and they brought in reinforcements. Isn't that just ducky? Okay. Okay, the shape of this thing, it will not enable me to get more than 2 of those unless I do that. Actually did any damage, which was a bit dumb of me. Okay. Fighter. We need to bring out... And that's just simply the end of my run. Hull is going to be a major consideration here. So... I'm still going to give it another shot, though. Choose my officers. Right. We're going to... oh, Wheeze is still growing. So we can't use a special officers more than once in a round. That's interesting. Takeshi Sung is unavailable. We're actually, I'm not really that interested in that character just now. I'm going to go with hull repair and adding an absorb shield, except that their skills overlap. We're going to go with this in order to be able to help shield. That gives us those bottom two. So let's go with... we're going to need the weapons to be online. So we're going to go with these two. I'd love to bring on board a special officer, but the one I want, Wheeze, isn't available, so... Alright. I expect I'm going to die a few times on this run because I'm not used to this style of combat, but I'd like to give it a shot. So this time we have to commit a little bit more ahead of time to going down a particular path. Probably of the paths that give us the most anomalies, going to Sherrat's Tau, Beten. And then I could either go back through here or I could go down this side. So Sherrat's is the first one. I got R&D for you. So I hope you don't mind, but since we had a little time on our hands, we went and built a weapon prototype. You think you should ask permission first? Oh yeah, you're absolutely right, sir, but it's almost complete. Do you want us to finish it? I literally can't. That was a terrible time to do this. Like, literally the worst time ever. No residual Neo-N. I think that's the first time it's ever happened to me. Alright. That's exciting for unfortunate levels of exciting. Ejected cryopod. This is actually a good thing because this is likely to get us a new officer if we survive it. Pirate inbound, sir. What a nice ship you have. Think I'll kill you for it. Alright. You are welcome to try, my good sir. Coming in with fighters, which means we'd like frigates. They have a piercer laser, which means I kind of want to take that out of commission. So, frigates it is. Alright. Nanobot repair fields. So yeah, let's make sure that we can guarantee our supremacy on those fields. But we do want to take out, now that I come to think of it, let's take you out first. See if we can get this nanobot repair field thing to work. And you are going to take out the weapons because we kind of don't want that thing firing if we can avoid it. We're going to take it over in 13 seconds. So let's... Ow! Oh, let's get some characters in here. So, you need to be in the ship bay, and that's the resetting of the weapon, so that's good. You are compatible with Hull because you are the absorb shield, so we're going to get you online. Who's now fighting on your side, the nanobot repair field. Alright. So that is trying to help, but it's not doing a very good job. So we got drones and we got drones. fighter's trying to do his job as best he can. Send you back into holding, and we're going to bring out drones. Oh, they're ghosts. They have the ability to cloak. Alright, well. Alright, we got a ghost out of it. I'll take it. Okay, ejected cryopod. We're going to totally prepare for the mission. Let's see if we can get a new guy on board. Okay, of these two, this one has a greater chance of getting the resource. No, this one does. Much more in the way of resources. 6 and 8 commandos lost, though. Still. Still our best option. Stuff out. May Mills. That hurt a lot. But we got a lot of scrap out of it, and specifically we got May Mills, who is our scientist health. Lethal firing, heat sustained by ships from battlefield weapons. So that needs to go into the weapons category. That's fine. I'm totally okay with that. But that also means we need to get more weapons that do actual damage, because I don't think this does. Yeah. Alright, that's a thing. Army Depot. Let's see what we can buy here. R&D for you, sir. Sir, I hate to complain, but we're twiddling our thumbs down here looking for a bit of direction. Anything you'd want to work on it for us? Let's develop a new weapon. You know what? No. Hard... I don't know. Either one of those is good. Think you can get us a new weapon? Definitely, but it's going to require a fair amount of scrap. Go ahead, do it. Absolutely, sir. Suggest you get started. Sir, the weapon is ready for use. Our enemies shall quake before us in fear. Praise Oberon. So we have a debris catapult. Alright, what does the debris catapult do? It is the same thing as what we currently already have. That is not that inspiring, guys. Alright, visit the shop. What do we got for us? So we're going to be in trouble from a Neo point of view, but what else can we do here? Probably not a lot. Ooh. I want that. So we could use that to take over enemy units and actually take them over for good. Or, well, yeah. That could be interesting. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get these guys. We are going to sell our extra debris catapult, because I'm dubious as to exactly how valuable that is on a larger scale. We'll use that to... We're going to need let's just go that route. So visit shop. So I went the commandos route because we're gonna need them. Church Beacon, sir. Picking up a pre-shutdown message on repeat. Lack of spirituality in your life, lack of purpose. Located in Sector 3 of Anima Cluster. The Omni Mega Church is the answers you've been looking for. Oh. Welcome the machines into your heart, and we promise your life will be a fulfilling one. You. Have we actually got our fuel scavenging efficiency up? No, we haven't. That was a mistake, but what do you do? Alright, we got an EON. Alright, let's walk down the list. Pirate battleship, sir. It's a dangerous place. There are pirates around here. Yes, there are. Focus on fighters. Alright. Sorry, I was a bit quiet there. I was a bit focused. Yeah, so we managed to take out the ship without any serious repercussions. Got some scrap out of it, so that's good. Kinda want to get that fuel efficiency up so we're not spending all of our money doing that. Local system, next one on the list, please. You're about to consume your last fuel. Well, yes, do it. Pirate battleship readying for fire. It's a trap. They're already deployed. That's grand. So these are EMP towers. I'm not too worried about them. I'm more worried about protecting our own route. Ow. It's punchy. So they don't kind of want to take out their weapons really like they split here. There are reinforcements coming from nearby. Booted back for home, and we got it anyway, and we got some scrap out of it. But we don't have any fuel, and that's a problem. No fuel, we have to wait to refuel. It's not great. We did manage to scrounge a little fuel out of the air. If we wait around for that next stop, we're not going to be able to leap to the next system very easily, so we're going to Bataan, and I think that means we've locked out Navy or B, so... Bataan it is. Nothing's going on here, sir. Admiral, I'm detecting something slightly unusual about this sun, such as... Nothing extraordinary, it's just that a few of its metrics seem off. Must be a random solar variation. Is the NS Odysseus in danger in its present position? No, I don't believe so. Right, voices. I see. Well, regardless, it's time we push on. Come on, crew. So we got a couple of Neo-N out of that. We're gonna check here first, and then here in the secret military base. No, let's do this one first. Scrapper ship, sir. Looks abandoned, but I'm picking up a scanner metal lens upgrade. Why would they leave that behind? It's irradiated scum probably didn't see any advantage in taking it with them. Well, it's ours now. Navigation scanner. Oh, that's interesting. Alright. Repair mission. Scan the planet. So, we're not really going to get a lot of resources no matter what we do. So we'll send our scientists down and try to get whatever we can. I'll continue and see if we can find anything, and we really didn't. That was kind of a waste. We only got 35 scrap out of that, but... Alright. We only have one Neo-N fuel. I'm gonna take a risk. Yes. We're gonna be so Neo-N starved for this entire game, but let's take a gamble that we can actually pick some up. Scrapper battleship, readying for fire. Yeah, okay, fine. Fighters ought to be okay. Right. Try to surround them, punch holes in them, send the guy who's hurt home, and send the other guy up to poke at the squadrons. Not them, poke at the squadrons. Thank you. We're then going to go and get the parasites online, because these could be fun. Let's put you over here. Locked out them being able to deploy squadrons, and I'm okay with that. We got a drone shredder out of it, but no fuel. This is going to be terrible. Wait and refuel. Nowhere to hide, sir. The pirates have found us. Last we found you. Soon you will be no more. Alright. So they're going with fighters. Do we have additional drones? Yes, we do. Actually, we don't want drones. These are fighters. We want frigates. Frigates. Bring the frigates online. Bring these guys online. Oh, hello. And what do we have here? They're all EMP towers. Alright. So you're going to go up here, and you're going to go up here, and actually we want you to go here first and then up here. So let's see how these work. Not super clear that that did anything at all. so let's deploy that there. It's not smart because it actually hit them instead of me. Okay, let's bring out drone shredders. They're bringing out their own shredders. This is bad. Okay, we need more fighters. Fighters. Let's do fighters. I'm gonna probably lose this. Yes, I am, because I cannot stop these guys now. Yep, that's the end. So I do not know how to play this particular class of ship. Restart, please. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't like not having the fuel to get around to where I want. This is not going to be my ship. I don't like punching around super fast, dodging and going between planets. So that's got additional squadron docks. The Chaos class has weak hull, but goes for a lot of ships. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Excelsior class. I want to actually make a good stab at getting through this this run. And I am finding that that I need a lot more time to process the Void class in a separate playthrough in order to try to figure out how to make that work. I think I need more ambushes. I need to make more use of cover. I need to hop between the systems a lot, and I just don't think this is going to be me. So, it is tech. Reparation time in the hangar is better, so that's good. So yeah, let's choose the officers. Let's make this work. Wheeze is still growing. Anton Anonymous. Anonymous, that's cute. Advanced critical repair. Immune to health loss due to critical effects and repair even when locked by a hull. Critical effect. Critical repair. Effect repair speed. Okay. That does give us 3 skill slots, though, no matter what else we say. So if we had that and we had... not hull repair. Reset weapon cooldown. We're going to go with those two. Start me up. I gotta think about this. Back in a Alright, so we'll see whether or not changing ships back to one that I can more closely like move between the systems. And like, I think the biggest problem there is I spent a lot of that time fighting with not having enough fuel and not fighting in the style that they wanted, and that combination of effects was sabotaging me. And I want to figure out how to use that ship, but I'm not going to do that on stream. It's because I've died twice now and I'm not making any progress. So I'm going to see if going back to a ship that I know better and can like gather more Neo-N as I go is going to be more my speed. So that being said, where are we going now? So there's an ejected cryopod, that means officers. Battleship wreckage, which possibly means weapons. Secret military base could also mean weapons. I can't remember exactly. That's a tough one. I am going to take a gamble and go. So if I go with the ejected cryopod and then I boot it over to here, I may be able to come back to Acellus. Maybe. So let's give that a go. I'm feeling like being a little different. I normally go with the systems that have the anomalies because they tend to be battle encounters, but damaged shipping containers, sir. I've done a quick scan, Admiral. There appears to be a spherical object among this wreckage with an unusual signature. What kind of tech are we talking about here, machine? Oh. Keep forgetting us. Doesn't appear to be amongst any of the major houses, Admiral. Naturally, we could retrieve and further examine the sphere back on the ship, but not knowing what it is does pose some risk. Yeah, let's do it. Bring it in, Lynch. If this tech can help us, we need to know. Sir, we have the object. Spooky thing, spherical like Caliban said, and black. Blackest thing I've ever seen. Looks like it can be opened. Kind of hard to explain, but it looks like it wants you to open it. Want to do that? Yep, we're doing it. Put R&D on this immediately. Right away, sir. You've opened the sphere, sir. And? Damnedest thing. There was nothing in there, sir. Nothing at all. Looks like we got worked up over nothing. Space can do funny things. Alright, well, it didn't hurt us anyway. Can we get a fuel? Yes. So we're going to scavenge a little bit more efficiently. Let's see if we can get 2. We got 2. Okay with that. Local system map. Ejected cryopod first. Transmission from the cargo ship, sir. I'll try to keep this short. We were transporting a Xeno. There's a collector around here. You probably guessed it, but it got loose, and thanks to that no-good captain, it triggered it before jumping ship. We also have an activated self-destruct countdown. We've encountered Xenos before in a previous play, so I'm not going to ask about it. So, what can we do to help you? Kill the Xeno that got loose on our ship, or distract her at least so we can get off before the ship goes boom. Seem like a reasonable guy. We got a ship full of cargo. We got able bodies. You help us, we help you. So we're gonna disable self-destruction first. Yeah, deactivate the self-destruction feature on the smuggler ship. I don't see why, Admiral. Smugglers? No, I can't imagine we're dealing with a sophisticated mainframe here, but let me take a look. Just as I expected, sir. Child's play. I've stopped the countdown. Of course, that Xeno is still somewhere in the ship. The situation remains the same. Alright, we're gonna send commandos in. Kill the beast and rescue the crew, Captain. Nobody deserves to be Xeno food. My team is putting their full tactical gear on as we speak, sir. Let's not leave any exposed skin. Sir, it was a massacre, and not the good kind. The team ran into an adult female. Our men and women, they're gone. All of them. Oh, great. We lost, sir. We lost as many as you can lose. Great. We're going down to the planet with a substandard selection crew. Oh well, that's the way it goes. Lots of extraction, 0 and 1 commandos, and the officer will return safely. That's totally good for us. That's actually probably as good as we could have expected. So... lots of avoided confrontations, which is great. Yeah, keep going. Find the stuff. Thomas Fernandez. Talk to us, Thomas. What can you do for us? You are Squadron Speed. Squadrons Boost. Alright, so we're going to put you in... So we got Squadrons. So these both need to be in Squadrons to be effective. We're going to go with Squadrons Speed primarily. You are reset the cooldown of the weapon with the least loading time. But you can live anywhere, so you're going to live there. We're going to add to the Squadron System Support, which is a rare early thing for me to do. We're going to bring in our other officer. We're going to go to the Mercenary Outpost, where we probably can't buy anything, but... Picking out a message from this pirate beacon, sir. Attention all pirates, pay your union fees before the first of the year. All pirates who don't will be pirated. Pirates have unions? Who knew? Alright. Visit the shop. Kind of want to replenish our commandos. So that gets us back up to functional. We're going to go to Marfak next. Civ transporter, sir, in bad shape by the looks of it. Good thing we found you there. This piece of junk's about to blow and take us out with it. Please, tell us about your ship. They forced us onto this clunker and sent us off like a bunch of animals, not caring if we lived or died. Who did, Captain? The people of our home planet. I can't even bring myself to say its name now. When our food became scarce, they turned hostile on my kind, blaming us for the planet's troubles as if the shutdown had nothing to do with it, saying we were all nothing but thieves and murderers. Then early one morning, they rounded us up, the Red Eyes, as they started calling us, and forced us into this dump with its Vicarelli engine. Why have they done this? For what good reason, you ask? There is none, only because we look a little different than they do. But I guess we should have seen this coming. As soon as there's trouble, it's always the people who look different that suffer. You help us, Admiral? Yeah, alright, I can help. Rescue us before this overheat engine of ours blows and takes us out with it. Better yet, a skilled pilot could get close enough to put a cryo clamp on the outside of their engine room, Admiral. That should give us plenty of time for a rescue. Yeah, well, let's do that. We think we have a pilot. You heard the man. Put a clamp on the engine room, Lieutenant, and do it fast. You've got it, sir. I'll check back when it's done. It's done, sir. The clamp's attached. Should give Lean and his troops time to get those civs out of there before that transporter blows. Alright. That's good. Many thanks, Admiral. My thoughts turned dark when I imagined what would have happened to us had we not run into you out here. Some of us have basic training, Admiral. It was a requirement on our planet. Now, we're not well-oiled killing machines, mind you, but if you'll have us, we'll gladly put our lives on the line for you. Sweet! I will totally take that. And we're going to scavenge up some fuel. Not a lot, mind you. And we're going to visit the battleship wreckage first while we have extra commandos. So the battleship is probably where we're likely to get more ships. So that's good to know. You can relax, Admiral. We're giving away our battleship tech now. The sooner we do, the sooner we can join them in the garden. Let's see what we have left. Tech for a scanner upgrade. Here, take it. Ah, my soul feels later already. Alright, I'll take free tech. I'm okay with that. I am not picky. Scan the planet. Let's see if we can get down there. So, what have we got? Lots of resource gathering and 0 to 2 commandos, but our officer returns safely? Yeah, that's totally us. Let's do the thing. I suppose when I get really good at this game, I'll note, for example, that maybe battleships require a certain kind of officer, and cryopods require a certain kind of officer, and so on, and I'll be able to gear myself, like, even more... Aw, come on! Even more to the kinds of missions. I suppose, like FTL, you really have to know how to bend the likelihoods in your favor in order to be able to make progress. Continue on. Alright. So we got some good resources out of that. 98 scrap, 3 Neo. Like, yeah, okay, so we're pretty good on that count. So, local system. We can go to the shipyard last in case anything damages our ships. So let's check out all these anomalies. Anomaly signal. A key battleship, sir. An Imperial crew. There's no one I'd rather try my new weapon on. And a transmission, sir. Any idea what the weapon is he's talking about? No, Lieutenant, but I have a feeling we'll find out. Alright. What do they got? So they've got a high-energy beam Mark 1. Deals 25 additional heat to battleship systems. Okay, so he's only going to fire that on us. We kind of want to get that taken out pretty quick. We're going to want frigates to help deal with that. So here's a frigate. I am going to want to get drones out to the weapon system as fast as possible. So we're going to send you out and then up to the weapons. You are going to go up there to wait for us. Invisible or something? That would be rude. I'm going to retreat. A little worried about... They were cloaked. Yeah, they got ghosts. Okay, that's going to be a problem. Yep, that's going to be a serious problem. Alright. Come on, punch a hole in those fighters. Okay, let's get back on to taking out the weapons. While I bring new tech online, we're going to bring on the drones again to get up there the fastest. And we are going to get into that cell where they can hide a little bit. We've got to take out that weapon. Is that the weapons? That is the weapons, right? Yes. Alright, so weapons have... Weapons will be locked. They've got critical heat. So you are going to attack the squadrons, and you're going to go over here. Nope, we got them. Okay, so we wrecked a drone. That sucks, but we got 52 scrap out of it. Sick bay. Sir, we have a situation. Several crew members are vomiting and hallucinating up a storm. The weapon, Admiral, it seems like it was biological. Sir, I've never encountered anything like this before. At least I don't think I have. What should we do? Send a specialist officer. Lieutenant, identify this thing ASAP before it gets worse. On my way, sir. This is why you like having officers who can take care of stuff. I'm going to see how many officers I can get on. I think I can only get 4 officers, but that should cover most of our skills. Sir, I've analyzed the weapon. There appears to be 2 phases. Phase 1 is the symptoms we're seeing, the vomiting, fevers, and hallucinations. And Phase 2, hypercellular regeneration. Meaning what exactly? Meaning this virus causes the infected to age, sir, and fast. Luckily, we've avoided all of that, and I've administered a serum. If there's a little something I whipped up in the lab, the infected are already recovering. He's a key, sure of clever ways to kill Imperials. Bastard. Alright. Got a lot of scrap. What can we do? First of all, let's just do that so that it's just out of our hair. So it leaves us 113. We don't have additional weapons yet. Dock recovery is always good, so I'm going to spend a little bit on that. Alright, off to the last planet, Marfak. Anomaly signal. Got lynched for you, sir. Sir, we were working on our mid-air refueling when we encountered some caution drift metal. It's not a ton, mind you, but it should help some. I'll take it. I will totally take it. So, We're not going to do upgrades yet because we're going to go to the shipyard. Captain Lean for you, sir. Sir, I hope you don't mind, but I've been talking to R&D about building a Neuro Commando virtual program. Thanks to some Kosh tech we picked up a while back, I think it's possible and it could really bump up our commando numbers. Of course, no guarantees here, sir. It will require scrap, and it still might not churn out killing machines, good soldiers. Why not? Let's get going on the program at once. You really think it sounds promising? I mean, I'll let you know when the trainees have finished the program. Thank you, sir. Alright. We're in a holding pattern while that goes through. Program got off to a rocky start, sir. Our virtual tech had an issue with the trash worm hologram. Wanted to make friends with the trainees rather than eat them. But I'm happy to report the program's success. We sculpted the candidates into a group of stone cold killers. They await your command, sir. So, oh, wow. Okay. That was totally worth it. So we're not going to need commandos for a little while, so that's positive. What can we do elsewhere here? Repair some of our ships. We don't quite have enough to get brutal deploy. Oh, the risk predictive algorithm would be really nice for a lot of this. Can we sell anything to make up the difference? What would we need? We would need only a few. Can we make do with one fewer drone in order to be able to buy what brutal deployer? No, we don't want that, but the risk predictive thing would actually be really cool. Except it's either that or we go with officer heavy stuff. I'm actually going to keep my drone. I am going to keep my... we only have slots for 2 auxiliary systems. Let's find 2 more interesting auxiliary systems. Although, what we should do is buy a couple of extra of those. Cause it's making me nervous. So that's going to actually become hostile. It's not really going to give us a major win because this has... oh, it has an ejected cryopod. And these don't. Alright, we're going back to Acellus because I want to get into All-Ram and get that cryopod. Nowhere to hide, sir. The pirates have found us. At last, we found you. Soon you'll be no more. Now, they're not putting... I don't think they're putting up a blockade. Hopefully they're not putting up a blockade. I don't mind fighting them. Okay, so you're good to go. We are going to deploy... We're going drones, are we? So what we're going to want is fighters, and actually I'll also have drones. So the fighters will help out. Okay, so what else do we have here? We have turrets, which we can't take over. So... okay. So the drones are going to go after the docks, while my fighters are taking on the drones, his drones. Okay, so we're going to take the fighter back because he's going to be bringing out, I'm not sure what he's going to be. Oh, fighters, patched fighters. So we want to see if I pay attention to this, I might actually get on top of things. So we are going to bring in the frigate there. Can we get over to here in time? Alright, piercer laser. Let's actually punch a hole in. Can we do that? Yes, we can. Oh, except we're knocked back, and that was a bad spot to get knocked back into. Yeah. Oh well. I'm annoyed by that, but there it is. Okay, so we are bringing in fighters. So more fighters, that's fine. We don't have any more frigates. So we're going to bring in fighters as the alternative. I want to bring you out here. So zip you around to there. Let's blast you. Turn around and attack those fighters, wipe them out, and go after these fighters. Okay, so you're partially damaged, so we're going to send you home. Let's get you fixed up. We're going to get drones out because I want you to get into the fray as fast as possible. But we're going to bring out... Can we bring out the... No, you're not fully repaired yet, so... So you up to here, and then we're going to take you up to take on the squadrons again. So we want to lock you down. Now you are fully repaired, so let's bring you in here. Still doing some serious damage to the squadron bays. It's fine. The drones are going to make quick work of the frigates, I'm afraid. But oh, that's bad. That's several kinds of bad. We are going to want to bring out the fighters real quick. Fighters against fighters against fighters. Oh, we got rid of one. I am not doing well in this sector. That is a clear thing. So fighters, we got to keep bringing out what we can. There's several kinds of bad. So fighters, please. I'm not going to last through this very long either. This is my last hull, and they're just doing they're just killing me here. No. All right. So, I'm going to have to get some more practice on this. I am going to call the stream there because that's 3 times in a row, and I'm not making significant progress. I need to adjust my way of handling this. This is a tough final chapter. So, but I've enjoyed having you all here, and I hope you come to join me again when next time I do this. It's been fantastic. This is Code Weaver, and I will see you in my next stream.